Welcome to a TLDR Wrath Guide for Mimiron, for anyone who can't keep track of 4 phases of abilities. This fight has 3 bosses, 1 per phase, and the last phase is all 3 at once. Phase 1 is the wheels. Tanks keep the boss in the middle of the room as he throws out rings of mines. Plasma Blast is a heavy channel on the tank, so keep them alive. Napalm Shell targets a ranged player and deals splash damage, so spread out. And Shock Blast is a 20-yard AoE for melee to run away from, but try to run in between the mines and not over them. Phase 2 is the torso, and is quite healing intensive due to Heat Wave, a raid-wide hit with a heavy dot that goes out fairly often. If your healers snap under waffle-thin pressure, pop Lust in this phase. Rapid Burst is a cone of damage on someone, so split into 2 ranged groups and a melee group, and each stand in 1/3 of the room to reduce it. Red circles on the floor will one-shot you, so don't stand in them. And the boss rotates with a bullet beam, so dodge it or die, but at least you get a channel to know when it's coming. Phase 3 is the head with a bunch of adds. Have a Warlock tank the head as normal tanks can't hit it, with ranged attack in the head and melee on the adds. Have a tank take the assault bots because they kind of hurt, and the junk bots that are basically useless unless they're molesting your mages. And any plate wearer should taunt and kite the bomb bots away from the raid and blow them up, and you should be fine. Should be. Have someone loot the assault bots for their magnetic cores and use them to bring down the boss. It'll take increased damage while it's down, so get 2 cores, lust, and pump it. During the phase transition, clean up any adds and get ready for a clusterfuck. The final phase is all 3 bosses together, and they each start at 50% health. Kill them within 10 to 15 seconds of each other, or they'll heal and you'll cry. Use the same positioning from phase 1 with range spreading out, and each boss will have a few abilities from each phase. The wheels throws out mines and the shock blast AoE. The torso uses rocket strike, the rotating bullet laser, and hand pulse, which is the same as rapid burst. And the head just attacks the same target it did in phase 3, so keep whichever unlucky ranged you had on it. Crash and burn until you manage a lucky kill. Now for the hard mode, which is one of the hardest in the raid. This is mainly about managing fires and positioning, and will take a while to get right. Fires spawn under 3 players and will spread towards the nearest player. They can be kited to where you want them, and most of it is just keep the fire with the other fire. Start by stacking up and pressing the big red button at the back of the room. This will mean all 3 fires spawn around the same place, so have someone keep them against the wall and out of the way. Just be wary of new fires during the phase, and tanks kite the boss away if they spawn too close. The boss casts Flame Suppressant, which gets rid of all the fires, but only casts it once after 60 seconds, so when it happens, try to keep the new fires together. During the phase change, stack near the existing fire to keep all of the fire near the rest of the fire, but you might reach the fire cap, so no more will spawn. Use the extra space until you get to phase 2, where the boss starts throwing out frost bombs into the fire to put them out. It's also pretty lethal for players, and they're pretty big, so watch out, as well as the rest of the phase 2 abilities. And as some hand holding for melee, the boss occasionally puts out any fires around it. Isn't he nice to the lesser classes? Phase 3 now includes fire bots, which have a silence around them and hits anyone near with water spray, but it also puts out fires in range. Let them put out fires, but if they get too close to the raid, move away and nuke them down. Same as normal, collect the 2 magnetic cores, have your Warlock move the boss to a safe space, then bring it down, lust, and beat the fuck out of it. Now for phase 4, which is even more manic with the fires. The boss will use frost bombs from phase 2, but again, move away or you'll probably fucking die. This is the most hectic part of the fight in the raid, and you will die. A lot. Keep calm, control the fires, and watch out for the bombs so you can eventually get this motherfucker down. Congrats on finishing this guild killer. Be thankful your raid leader didn't go insane, or turn their rage into a flash animation. Like and subscribe if you found this useful. I'll catch you in the next one.